Fine. Good afternoon, traders. This is Jim Comiskey coming to you live from Archer Daniels Midland Investment Services. It is currently Wednesday the 14th. I'm posting late. My apologies. It's about 1 o'clock. It's been quite busy, as anybody that's been trading the metals is well aware. Okay, first of all, the opinions that I am no doubt about to express are mine and mine alone, and are not necessarily shared by Archer Daniels Midland, even though they probably should be. Okay, gold is currently on its low is $1637.50, down $56.80. The low $1635.80, the high set yesterday afternoon, basically on the reopen, $1682.80. Silver is getting its world rocked as well, $31.80, down $1.76, $31.62.5 low, $33.47 the high. Okay, this has nothing to do with the dollar. Movement in the dollar here. Dollar's up 34 to 80.55. So if there's anybody out there telling you this is because of dollar strength, just walk away or hang up the phone. Okay. The Chinese stock market apparently has sold off quite a bit the last 2 days. There is market chatter that could have some validity. Okay, basically you've got a lot of Chinese houses selling their gold and silver holdings in order to meet margin calls on the Shanghai Stock Exchange. I would give some credence to that. Okay, it smells right. Okay, but other than that, there's no hint, no talk of a margin call or a margin rate, a hike. Sorry, I'll get it right. A margin hike on any exchanges internationally. Okay. This is just a bloodbath. And yes, this is a absolutely perfect example. I'm going to beat this drum again. It's called the stop drum. Okay, this is a perfect example. If you're trading futures, please work with stops. Now you're going to mitigate your risk. Okay, odds are if you've been trying to pick a bottom the last 2 days, 3 days really, this is about $100 sell-off now in 3 days in the gold. If you've been trying to pick bottoms here, okay, you've become increasingly frustrated. But hopefully you're using tight stops, and this thing, and you're not going deer in the headlights on a long futures position. Okay, I'll stop. No pun intended. Okay, same thing with the silver. Okay, I promised you I was going to give you support and resistance here. Okay, we are at second support in the gold. 1634 is S2. Okay, 35.80 is the low. It's at 1639 right now. Okay, for what it's worth now, old support levels will become new resistance levels. Okay, so first resistance comes in at 16.5. Okay, 1650. Above that, 1678 and 1694. Silver is through all support. Let me double check this. Yes, it is. Okay, 31.82 last. All right, 32.54 was second support. So that becomes resistance, along with 32.92 and 33.37. At this point, what I would say is, okay, several gentlemen. Okay, and I trust you see me commenting to your comments. Or several gentlemen are shooting me emails and stuff. When I can get to them, I'll respond. I promise. Okay. But one gentleman said he was stacking physical here. And what I would say is, just in terms of allowing dollar cost averaging to work for you, if you say I'm just going to use this dollar amount. Okay, say you got $1,000 you want to put into physical silver. Okay, maybe put 33% in here. Okay, or 50% in here. I just looked at a chart with another gentleman. Okay, and the last two major sell-offs that we've had. Remember the $12 sell-off? Late last year? We have bottomed at 26.50 area. Okay, will we see that level again? I don't know. But in terms of continuing to stack, use this weakness as an opportunity to add. It just makes sense. Go in on 33% or 50%, and then just sit back and watch for a little while, and see if we can have a couple of sideways days. Okay, indicative of base building, and then you put some more on physical. Okay. But again, thanks for the comments and stuff. All right, let's go to the rant. And it's some days it's so easy to compile stuff to rant about. In fact, I'd say most days. Our esteemed energy secretary, Stephen Chu, the one we talked about yesterday, doesn't have a car. Okay, yeah, Yeah. The Energy Secretary of the United States of America does not have a car. Of course he doesn't. He's got a limo, that we're paying for. All right, but anyways, late Tuesday at a news conference, actually the president insisted to Fox News that it was fallacy to think his team was in favor of higher gas prices to wean Americans off fossil fuels. And I quote, "You think the president of the United States going into re-election, key part of the sentence, going into re-election, wants gas prices to go up higher?" The president asked. Is there anybody here who thinks that makes a lot of sense? Okay, I'll focus on the 3 words, going into re-election. Okay, I'll read it again. You think the president of the United States going into re-election wants gas prices to go up higher? Oh, it's so transparent. It really is. Okay, fast forward to this week when the president's energy secretary, Stephen Chu, the one without a car, acknowledged Tuesday at a Senate hearing that he indeed told the Wall Street Journal in September of 2008 that getting U.S. gas prices up to higher European level, would help move Americans to use more renewables. Of course it would. But with rising gas prices sinking the president's approval rating in many new national polls, Chu says he's had a change of heart. This is priceless. Senator Mike Lee, who's conducting a hearing, said, "So are you saying that you no longer share the view we need to figure out how to boost gas prices in America?" "I no longer share that view," the energy secretary said. "But you did then, but you don't now." Chu noted that he made the comments before he was in government, just a couple of months before Obama won election, and Chu was nominated to his current post. When I became, I'll quote, "When I became Secretary of Energy, I represented the United States government. And I think that right now in this economy, I'm going to start over here, and I want you to focus on who he thinks he represents. When I became Secretary of Energy, I represented the United States government. Not United States citizens. Wouldn't you think like a cabinet member, his primary concern would be like, average Joes on the street, Americans?" I'll start over. When I became Energy Secretary, I represented the U.S. government. And I think right now in this economy that we have to have these prices, they well could affect the comeback of our economy, and we're very worried about that. And so, of course, we don't want the price of gasoline to go up. We want it to go down. This is just too easy, the transparency here in terms of, it's a full, the pedals to the ground here for trying to get this guy reelected. So these people are going to back up, their most, cherished core beliefs. Algae, anyone? Are basically being tossed to the wayside here because they see the polls, they see the economy. They see how pissed off people are getting about the price of gasoline. By the way, where's Nancy Pelosi's outrage? Here, I'm going to move on here. And again, I don't want to go too long, but it's just so easy to find stuff to rant about. It really is. You got to admit. The CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, just came out with their current estimate for Obamacare. It's going to cost $1.76 trillion over 10 years. Yeah, that's right. $1.76 trillion over 10 years. I'm just going to read this here. This is from the Washington Examiner. President Obama's national health care law will cost $1.76 trillion over a decade, according to a new projection released today by the CBO, rather than the $940 billion forecast when it was signed into law. Today, the CBO released new projections from 2013 to 22, and the results are as critics expected. The 10-year cost of the law's core provisions to expand health insurance coverage has now ballooned to $1.76 trillion. That's because we now have estimates for Obamacare's first 9 years of full implementation, rather than the mere 6 when it was signed into law. How many accounting gimmicks went into the sales pitch on this thing when they bothered trying to sell it rather than shove it? Only next year will we get a true 10-year cost estimate if the law isn't overturned by the Supreme Court or repealed by then. Given that in 2022, the last year available, the gross cost of the coverage expansions are $265 billion. We're looking at about $2 trillion over the first decade, or more than double what Obama advertised. And he did advertise that. In an effort to, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a basically, it's the speech that Obama made in front of the joint session of Congress on health care, SEP 9 of '09. Okay, I just pulled it just to double check what costs that he was using in his pitch. And towards the very end of the speech, he does indeed say 900 billion. I'll read this to you. Okay, now, and I'm going to quote here. You're just going to have to trust me if it's a transcript of a speech, but it is. Now add it all up, and the plan I'm proposing will cost about 900 billion over 10 years, less than we have spent on Iraq and Afghanistan, and less than the tax cuts for the wealthiest few Americans that Congress passed at the beginning of the previous administration. Now most of these costs will be paid for with money already spent, but spent badly in the existing healthcare system. The plan will not add to our deficit. Okay. $2 trillion over 10 years, and this guy has the audacity to say it's not going to add to our deficit. Of course, when he was selling it back in September 9 of '09, okay, the accounting gimmicks were they only amortized the first 6 years of this. Okay, so they came up with 900 billion. See, now they got to push it out all the way to the 10 years, and magically it doubles. All right, it's shameless, is what it is, in my humble opinion. Okay, if you would like to contact me, or if you'd like to work with myself or Ted, feel free, give me a call. My toll-free number is 888-935-7979. Or, if you'd like to email me, my email address is jim.comiskey at archerfinancials.com. That is plural, by the way. Or, throw a little comment in the comment section there, and leave me your email address, and I'll come back to you on an email. Okay, that's pretty much all I got for now. In fact, I got a ton more, but I see I'm running up to about 12 minutes now, so I'm going to let you guys go. I will look forward to posting tomorrow. If you would like to contact me again, you don't need to wait till tomorrow. Just shoot me an email or a phone call. Okay, thanks guys, talk to you soon. Take care.